veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
Well, welcome in, welcome in. We're here tonight with Love and Marriage DC star, Erana and Jamie Tyler. How are you guys doing?
Hello, we're doing good. How are you guys?
We're doing fantastic, fantastic. Let me ask you guys, what is it like being rich folk? What is it like being rich folks all of a sudden?
Rich folks all of a sudden.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I wouldn't say that.
I was so right out the gate.
Yes.
We've been pretty successful prior to Love and Marriage DC.
Yeah.
If you know us, then you know what I'm talking about. She's been self-made millionaire 9-10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I just retired from my career after 25 years. So we've been moving and shaking for quite some time.
Yeah. And I'm just speaking you guys more blessings. Just speaking it into your life, for that.
Yeah. Like Jamie would say, we've always been popular and known in the DC. We call it DMV in this area.
Right.
But it has gone to another level because of the show.
Right. Wow. Exactly. And let's talk about your love story a little bit. You guys have been together how long?
30 years. We've been married for 27 years. Well, probably longer than 30.
Yeah.
We met in like 93, so roughly 30 years.
We're married 27.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how did you guys meet? How did Jamie get so lucky? Let's talk about that.
Oh, thank you. I hear that all the time. I hear that all the time.
How did I get so lucky?
So Jamie and I used to work together. We used to work in the government 30 years ago. And I guess we just met at work. It was a friend of ours that actually worked there with us that kind of put us together. He wanted to go out on a date with me. He was chasing me. And then I finally gave in. We went to lunch, had great conversation, exchanged numbers, and just one thing led to another.
Yeah. Thank God there was no Me Too movement back then, because you guys probably wouldn't have been able to hook up, the way things are now.
We had no social media back then. Actually, at the time, I don't even think I had a cell phone.
Yeah.
It was just a different world back then.
Yeah. Right. Jamie, what was it about Erana that made you chase her so diligently?
I would say back in those days. Oh, I thought she said something. So back in those days, of course we worked together. So when you see somebody every day, stylish as she still is, she was back then, she was beautiful. And I knew her mother and her sister. We all worked at the same building. So her mom, I was cool with her mother and her sister. And then I was just like, what's up with the other daughter? And but she was dating Brittany's dad, our oldest. So I just I kept at it. And like she said, when she finally said I could take her out, we had to creep around a little bit for a little while there. And then got together. But she was the one. All the women I dated, when we kind of broke up, I knew she was the one, because it just ain't hit the same. It was like, I don't feel right. Yeah.
Were you military, Jamie, or law enforcement at that time? Which one were you?
So we were at Drug Enforcement Administration. However, I was a civilian.
Okay.
So, and then in '96, I took the police test. They called me in '97.
Right. Okay. And you enjoyed police work, because that could be dangerous work.
I would say it was good back in those days. Of course, the world we live in, this I don't like this world we in now with police.
Right.
In my heydays, I had a ball. I made detective after. I made detective in '08. So 11 years. And ended up retiring as a detective. I did homicide, I did narcotics, did undercover, I did sex offenders, I did street robberies and shootings, all that stuff, and some of the worst parts of DC. So I had a pretty proud career. I was a highly respected detective.
Right. So you guys had a whole life before, obviously, Love and Marriage DC. You guys were married many, many years before Love and Marriage DC. So what made you want to come on and do the show? What was it about this? Was it the Samuels? Was it the Silvers? Or what was it? You point to her.
So just to let you know, like, blame me. So I was approached by Real Housewives of Potomac numerous times before I even knew anything about Love and Marriage DC. When Monique was on Potomac, she wanted me to come on as one of her friends. And we did the interview. We met with the executive producers, but it didn't go well. And then Monique continued on the show, and then she left. And next thing you know, she called me and told me about Love and Marriage DC. She said, Carlos wants to talk to us. You know, he's interested in starting a reality TV show here. At the time, I don't even think we knew it was called Love and Marriage. You know, he just said a reality TV show. And I told Jamie, I was like, you think you want to do, you know, a reality show? Carlos King is the, you know, executive producer. He's the face of it. And at the time, Jamie was hesitant because he really didn't like Bravo. He didn't really want me to be on Housewives of Potomac. You know, he just didn't like all the bickering, the drama. He was just like, we can't do this. But when I told him, I was like, it's Oprah Winfrey. Trying to make it a little better. Like, it's like a family channel. You know, it's different. So he went on and gave in, and he was like, okay, let's try it. And, you know, we submitted, no, we didn't submit an interview. I think they did an interview with us. The casting director called us. We did an interview. They loved us immediately. In like 2 days, they was like, okay, we want you to meet with the executive producers. And it just went so fast. And the next thing you know, it was like, we're filming in like 2 or 3 months. I mean, the process was just like boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. But I would say it was Monique. Monique, you know, reached out because we were friends with Monique, and she convinced us. So of course, you know, we came on the show based because of Monique.
And Alex, I want to add, just leading up to Monique even reaching out. So I've been doing celebrity events for years, over 10 years. And she was a very successful businesswoman in network marketing. So our story was already all over the internet. If you Google Jamie Erana, you'll see what I'm talking about. Or if you Google J&J Entertainment Group, you'll see stuff I'm talking about. So I say all that to say, people were already watching us, our lifestyle. I was always active on social media with our lifestyle. So naturally, these people watching were like, oh, we want to know more about them. And they started approaching us years ago about reality TV.
Wow. So, you know, obviously on the first season, the Samuels were, you know, the first couple, you know, Barack and Michelle, you know, kind of thing. And then they decided for whatever reason they weren't going to continue. Two questions. One, are you guys still in touch with the Samuels? And the second question is, are you guys and the Silvers kind of jockeying for that Barack Michelle position at this point? The first couple?
So to answer your first question, yes, we are still actively in touch with the Samuels. We talked to Chris. Chris has come. He's hung out with Jamie at parties he just had recently. We just talked to Monique not too long ago, maybe like a couple of days ago. So yeah, we're still in touch with the Samuels. As far as the Silvers, fighting for the Obama spot, we've been the Obamas. There's no fighting. Yes. There's no fights.
This is real DC royalty right here. That's Baltimore.
We born and raised in DC.
Okay.
In DC.
Baltimore is almost an hour away.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, Jay. My daughter attended the Naval Academy, and you're absolutely right. I used to think they were like, you know, and somebody corrected me real quick when I was down there. They said, "Oh no, these are two separate cities, dear." I was
and
like,
two different accents too. People always say y'all sound like Baltimore. No, Baltimore has a very distinct accent, and so does DC. So we're the DC royalty, like we're the DMV couple.
We've been called the Jay-Z and Beyonce of the DMV.
Oh, really? Okay.
All that goes hand in hand. Barack, Jay-Z, all that. We like that company.
But just to say, we've been in the spotlight, again, like Jamie said, for many, many years. I mean, with the TikToks, you know, when we go out, before the show, when we would go out, it was the J&J parties. Oh, that's Jamie Erana, J&J parties. They throw the hottest parties, thousands of people, you know, great party. And then once the TikTok started, oh my God, that's the TikTok couple. Oh my God, I love y'all videos. Da, 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 da. Like we couldn't leave the house without seeing people. And now it's the show. You know, oh my God, Erana and Jamie from Love and Marriage DC. So
wow.
The show, we've been popular in the DMV area.
And she's been humble. She was the second African American woman to hit the top spot in the company she was in network marketing. So she was like a celebrity in that world as well.
Yeah, I mentored and coached and trained thousands of women and men when I was doing network marketing. And I did it for like 8 years.
Wow.
And yeah, so when they talk about the head bitch in charge, and that girl or that bitch, I've been that for many years.
Girl, that's you.
that boss chick, that was
boss
me.
chick.
Yes, I've been doing it for years. When I say a lot of people know, I've helped them make money, you know, extra income, leave their jobs so they can take care of their kids. Like I've had thousands of people that I've mentored and coached for many years.
Wow. Yeah, no doubt. You know, and when we had Quick on, Quick was very candid about a few things. And he said, you know, this thing with Winter, we asked him about Winter, the relationships and so forth. And he said, well, we don't really rock with her like that. She's not in the same tax bracket. You know, we don't really care for her. You know, he said a lot of different things during the course of the interview. So since I have you guys on now, you know, do you guys kind of rock with Winter off camera, or is that just an on camera thing? And how do you guys really feel about, you know, Winter in that regard?
So for me, I don't know how long ago you did the interview with Quick, because Quick has been at their house. I mean, not Quick. Winter has been at their house and hanging out with Ashley. So I think you're okay now. As far as us, I'm cordial with Winter. So when we're on camera, I know we had our little differences. Even the second half of the season, you're going to see we kind of bickering and going back with each other, going back and forth with each other. But we're cordial. You know, it's not like the first season where we're like, rah, 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 rah. We're cordial now. Even off camera, if I see Winter, he can speak for that too. We're high, we give each other hugs. But me personally, I'm not hanging out with Winter. And it's just because I have my own set of friends that I've been with for many, many years, and I'm comfortable with the friends that I have. Yeah, they say no new friends. I just, you know, and Winter's cool. She's fine. It's just that, you know, we're cordial. We're grown women. You know, we could be in the same space and not bicker and not argue and, you know, be fine.
Yeah, and Erana, when you're on the show, you're always in a position where you're trying to play peacemaker. You're trying to get people to heal and understand and hear one another. And it doesn't seem to have been working well for you in many times. So because you're such a nurturer, I'm feeling that by your nature. You know, you're a nurturing person. You want everybody to heal and get along. It's not working out. You know, Black and his wife is not getting along with Joy. Nobody likes Winter. Ashley's fighting, you know, this one and that. So, but you're always in the middle trying to get them together. Yeah. Why do you continue to try to do that? What is it about you that wants to heal these situations?
Well, let me just tell you this. It gets worse the second half of the season. But I say it gets worse to the point where I'm like in tears, because it's like, I just can't take it no more. I tried and it's just not working. And the reason I'm like that, I think it's because I'm older. Again, I'm almost 50. These girls are like in their 30s. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mom of adult kids. You know, and I just want to see us women get along. Like, enough of the drama, enough of the arguing. Like, we got to come together at some point and just be peaceful, or at least be in the same area or the same space and be able to just be cordial and speak. You know, you don't have to be best friends, or you don't even have to like each other. But when we come around each other, we should be able to just be peaceful and now had to argue, cuss, and fight all the time.
Right.
You know, also I'm in the middle, like you said, because I'm friends with Ashley.
Right.
And Ashley and Joy are bickering. I'm friends with Joy. You know what I'm saying? And I want all of us to get along because, again, I am friends with both people.
Right.
You know, so it's just hard. And these women, they have strong personalities. They say what's on their mind. It is hard.
All of you kind of are like alpha women, like alpha females. Can I ask you a question? Speaking of Ashley, speaking of, like, what is that relationship like on a off camera type of situation?
So let's just say this.
Oh my goodness.
Ashley and I were so let's just say this. So people probably think that Ashley and I were like friends before Love and Marriage DC. I knew of Ashley. Ashley knew of me. However, we didn't start building that bond until we started filming season 1.
Okay.
And then we start, filming together, and then we start hanging out off camera too. Season 2, we're doing good. And then again, like the Joy situation, I think when Joy came around, because I kind of gravitated to her as well. Because remember, it was just Ashley. Monique and I really didn't do too much hanging out on camera. It was always me and Ashley. So they kind of put us together like freaking frat.
Right.
So when Joy came around, I knew Joy before we were filming. I'm the one, I'm not going, because this is a confusion.
Well, I was going to ask you about that.
We also, pitched them to be on the show. I know this was a confusion because Ashley was saying that they were also, they were the ones that invited them on the show, or they the ones that pitched them. But we also had some input on that as well. We were hanging out with them before we started filming the show. So they were friends of ours. So when Joy got selected, Joy and Clifton, of course, because we were friends before the show, I'm hang with Joy. And then once the two started clashing, it was almost like Ashley I don't know if she got jealous, she just got upset. And she was like, oh, now you like hanging with Joy and you're not showing me no attention. So it's going to kind of play out like that for the second half of the season, where we're bumping heads based off that reason alone. And then I just get to the point where I'm just like, I can't surround myself around women who I just got to protect my energy and set boundaries, because I'm an older woman. And I
have looking like she's 29.
Yeah, but it's just like, I just can't be around toxic stuff all the time, the drama and the cussing and the jealousy and all that stuff. Like, I have friends that I've been with for 10, 15 years. We don't argue. We don't fuss and fight. We'll let each other know if you're right or wrong, but we don't cuss at each other. We don't think we're better than each other. We support each other. And those are the women I'm used to being around. So when you got people that be like, oh, why are you hanging out with her? Or just having that jealous spirit to them, or that jealous energy, sometimes I just have to distance myself away from that.
Erana, I always talk to Aubrey about this, and I say that two people can keep a secret, but one of them got to be dead. So I say all that to say is this Joy and Clifton marriage, what's the big secret to begin with? If you're married, you're married. But why would she tell anybody and then get upset that it's out?
So I think, again, I don't know why she told us, to be honest. I mean, she told me, and I've always been that loyal person. I'm born and raised in DC. And it's almost like a person, if you're lying, and if somebody found out you're lying, you're going to get handled. You don't want to be caught in that situation. Like, Raina said, Raina told, like, you got to keep those secrets and keep to yourself, because stuff can happen. So when she told me, I literally forgot. It's like it went in one ear and it just stayed there. Like, I never even told Jamie. Like, honestly, I never told him anything. He just found out like everybody else. But for her telling Ashley, I think it was the same reason. Like, these are the girls I'm going to be filming with, hopefully. And, I'm building a relationship with Ashley. And I guess she just went on and just, told her, like, we're married, but don't say anything. The fact, I didn't know she sent her a text message down. Right. And that's probably where she really messed up, because, once you start texting people, it's there in writing. And there's receipts. See, she called me on the phone. So she probably should have called Ashley and text me, because I still wouldn't have said anything even with text messages. But I mean, I don't know why it was such a big secret. Jamie may know, but I don't know why it was such a big secret.
Yeah,
Jamie,
but
Jamie, what are your thoughts? Go ahead and get him in there too.
I mean, weighing in on the situation, I'm like you, Alex. We gotta die. One person gotta be dead if you're gonna get my business. And
right.
My take on it when it came out on TV, I was like, why would she tell her? First of all, she don't even know her. And Ashley's personality should give you a red flag that if she get mad, she gonna tell your shit. And she did, just like we saw on TV. I think they had something they were working on as far as having a big wedding finale, and I think it got ruined with her saying what she said. I think it was strategic. You know what I'm saying? They had something in play for a big shebang because of the way they got it naturally.
Right. I get it. Like it would have been televised, and no one needed to really know that they were technically
like if you're married as opposed to a wedding. Yeah, we didn't have a wedding, and that's what I think got ruined in all this mess.
And I was playing along with it, as you can see in the first half of the season. I'm like, girl, what about the wedding? I said wedding probably 1 million times. Let me know this wedding. I can help you. You know, like I just kept talking about when y'all gonna do the wedding. And then, you know, that was really their storyline, because they probably were going to have a wedding as the finale, the half-season finale. That probably would have been, you know, the wedding. But once everything, the producers found out, when Ashley told everybody, it was like, all right, they're married.
Because you do know in real life, you get married before the wedding. You have to go get a wedding certificate and do all that paperwork. Then you go have a ceremony. So it's no big deal about being married. It's that they ruined the wedding.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. A lot of our viewers couldn't understand that, but thank you too for both explaining that. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and Jamie, let me get into this with you a little bit, because you know, you kind of put me in the mind of myself. You're a man's man. You know, your contentious relationship with your son throughout the season, Jamie Jr. My son and I had a similar situation. My son's 26, and he almost caught a bad one, you know, messing with me, you know, kind of thing. So I kind of thought about you, and I kind of felt you. That scene when you guys were in the hallway, and you was like, what you going to do? What you going to do? Now, to me, that's a father who's angry with his son for wanting his son to be better. But everybody started going, well, you know, he's been drinking and this and that, and trying to put it on alcohol and so forth. So what are your thoughts about that, them trying to put the alcohol on it, and the true relationship that you're having with your son in that moment?
And I'm glad you asked that, because I'm going to put an end to this alcohol shit. That's some fucking bullshit. And I'm excuse my language.
Yeah, Jamie, we on YouTube.
Oh yeah, my fault. But I'm passionate about when you lie me for a storyline. And anybody who knows me knows I talk aggressive when I'm passionate about something. And that scene, I was not drunk by far. Had I been drinking, like I told the doctor, I had a few. Yes, I can have. I'm almost 50. I can have a few drinks and function. If I'm an alcoholic, then I'm passed out somewhere, everywhere I go. And I always have a gun on me, so I'm never going to be that drunk, ever. So I say all that to say, what happened on that balcony, we were, obviously, and I see the dumb comments, oh, why would he have that conversation? Because we're filming a show, and we have to have that conversation, first of all. I'm not dealing with him without cameras around, and I made that clear to producers. We're not talking. Of course, he shows up. Oh, you got to talk to your son. Cool. So you saw how the conversation started, and it was longer than that. Of course, y'all seeing what they wanted to make it hyper. But the conversation was like talking to the wall, and it was like then you trying to justify your grandmother taking care of you, and just all that stuff just made me so mad. And I was like, all right, forget this. Like, you have to have a job. You have to do something. Like, you can't just keep sitting around existing. And me, for what I stand for, what she stand for, is frustrating. Like, you got one kid that just won't cross over the line. He just standing right here. So yeah, I was frustrated. And then when we had the blow up, he took the mic off and walked off, and I was done with it. What would you say? Go talk to your son. So
right.
I got to go in the hallway, and that was way longer than that. And I was going back and forth with the producer, the female right there. Me and her going back and forth. That got heated. And then when I pointed at him, that's when he said, "Get your hand out my face." That's when I was like, all right, forget this cameras, the show. Stop playing with me, like I said. So yeah, that wasn't about no drinking. That was dead serious.
Yeah.
What I had to drink, I focused on you showing off for these cameras. And it's about to, like you said, it's about to get ugly in this hallway. So,
and you know, we spoke about it on the show, obviously, Jamie, like a lot of podcasters spoke about it. And my only thing was, and I knew that was going to happen. I said, if Jamie Jr. shows up, it's going to be on and popping. What we didn't want, because we adore Jason on this show. We adore him. And we was like, we didn't want that to happen at his event. So why do you feel like you couldn't hold it just for Jason on that night?
So, like I just said, what happened on the balcony was on the balcony. When it came inside, it was over with. Jason would have never known me and him had a conversation. When you producing a TV show and it's like your son is in the hallway crying, go talk to him. It's 100 people in this little condo. All right, now what? All right, I go in the hallway. Okay, we still rolling. All right, go in the hallway. The door shut. Jason still don't know me and his brother had any one single word. Nobody in that apartment knew that was going on. It was the producers and us and Quick and Clifton and whoever you saw on the scene. That's who's in the hallway. So yeah, the perfect world is over. I don't gotta say nothing to you. You don't say nothing. We're good. We're filming a TV show, and I feel like the bloggers gotta have more common sense to know. I can't say no. Well, I could say no, but then it's just not gonna make sense. So it's like, cool. I'm trying to fix it. I'll go ahead and talk to him, but then it just went left, and that's what happened.
But you know what, Jamie? All the podcasters that we know in this realm that cover these shows and your show is that nobody actually feels like, you know, you have a drinking problem. A lot of the quotes were, he has a problem when he drinks.
It's not. I don't. I can have that same problem drinking a cup of water. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. If we're filming a scene for hours and y'all see 5 minutes of it, you have to have common sense that we were eating and drinking for hours before that conversation. And it's like that scene at Ashley's birthday. We were in that restaurant for hours before she got there, taking shots. It's her birthday. We having fun. Then, have a conversation about your son's mental health. Yeah, I was tipsy at that point. Y'all saw 5 minutes of 3 hours. So yeah, but what I said, I would have said drinking water. I said what I said, and I stand on that. Like, I know my son. She knows. And the fact they brought it up, knowing I was drinking, is TV stuff. Like, they know what they're doing when they get you. Just think about all the scenes we have somewhere drinking. Every scene.
Every scene.
It's drink.
Yep.
And that's part of the game. But I know now, because I got castmates that want to play games. So in the second half, you'll see a whole different me. I promise you. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm not playing nice guy no more. I'm coming straight at you, and it don't matter who it is.
You were nice?
I felt like I was. well, when you talk about nice, again, it's TV. Some of this stuff is TV. You gotta have common sense. If I don't want to argue with her, I'm not gonna do it. Right. Y'all gonna say they fake. I don't like the title. They fake, and they're not authentic. No, we have arguments. That's what we do. We have 30 years. We gonna argue. So if she's picked with me in the scene, I'm gonna pick back with her. She gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. Eventually, we gonna stop, and then we gonna move on. That's just how married life works.
But what I applaud you for, Jamie, because like I said, you know, you're a man's man. You know, cop, tough, grew up, you know, in the streets, this kind of thing. You're definitely a man's man. And you guys actually went to therapy. You don't see a whole lot of black men in therapy for whatever the reason. I applaud that. So what was it about you and Dr. Cunningham and your son? What made you finally want to go and say, you know what? Maybe we should see a therapist. Maybe I'm going to go and do this. What was it?
Because y'all following the Tylers after what, a year and some change? I've been dealing with that son for over a decade in these same issues. And with the way that scene blew up, which I wasn't expecting, he wasn't expecting, but it happened, I told producers, I'm not talking to him no more. So don't force no more meetups. I said, we're going to talk to a therapist because I'm not trying to explain nothing else to him. And I don't want to hear nothing else he got to say. So what y'all saw was Brittany set us up and called us over there, and he ended up being there. So that's how we got to that point. And again, I said, my conversation won't be with a therapist, so I'm inviting you to come with me. And then that's how we ended up at Cunningham. But I was not going to keep meeting him in scenes and having these conversations without somebody not biased in the middle of this. That was my decision. I said, and I have therapists that y'all can call. So set it up because I'm not doing it no more.
Let me ask you this, Jamie, because, you know, I grew up in the streets. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I grew up in the streets. My children did not grow up hood like me. They grew up kind of privileged, okay? Your children grew up kind of privileged. But for some reason, Jamie Jr. wanted to, I guess, I don't know if it was rap music or whatever, was influencing him to do these things. What do you think it was that made him go off the beaten path sort of way and want to kind of be hood, even though he was privileged?
Well, I mean, he speaks on it himself on a post I left on my page for, it might still be buried in there, but he spoke on, he said he was around the wrong people. He was influenced by what they were doing. His dad is a cop, and that's not cool when you 15, 16, and you around people who getting high and trying to rob the carry-out person and just doing dumb stuff. So he just said it wasn't cool to be smart and get an education and do the right thing. It was in his environment he was in, it was cool to just be dumb and get in trouble and be ignorant. And that's what he was doing. Like right. You said, we was successful back then. We had he lived in a house his entire life, not no apartment. So when we had a house 14, 15 years ago, he was in the neighborhood, nice neighborhood, single family homes, all the people going to work every day. But he found the guys who was living with their grandmother or from DC, but somebody, family, aunt or something living in this particular area, and he flocked right to him.
Wow. And there was a scene, and I'm gonna let Aubrey get a question in because we're running out of time here, where Erana, you and your son were at a car dealership, and you were discussing, I think it was the first season, and you were discussing with him how disappointed you had been, how hurt you were, and you were crying, and you were very upset about this. And when we got back into the podcast world, a lot of people were like, oh, those are crocodile tears. I can't deal with her fake crying. And then I don't know if you saw this stuff, but people were saying that. How do you respond to that?
I mean, was it fake? And I'm going to tell you why it wasn't fake, because off camera and before the show, Jamie and I would have those real conversations about Lord Jamie and the fact that he's living the wrong lifestyle. He's hanging around with these knuckleheads. And one day, you're going to get a knock at the door from the police or somebody, and they're going to tell me that something happened to my son. Right. And we've had numerous conversations because Lil Jamie will go out, and sometimes we don't know where he is, and he'll come home late, or sometimes he wouldn't come home at all. So, and he was just hanging around the wrong people. He's been doing that for a long time. We've been dealing with this for many, many years. And Lil Jamie and I really never had a real conversation as mom and son. And he never seen me get that emotional. So it was tough on him too. As you could see, you could look in his eyes and he was like, wow, my mother is like tearing up. And she's telling me like, one day I might not come home because of the lifestyle I'm living. So that was real.
Right.
And, maybe I should have been boohoo crying.
No.
You know, when I do cry, I cry a little bit, and I kind of like suck it up because I don't really like the people to see me crying all the time. Although during the season I've cried numerous times, I try to be a strong parent and try not to like let people see that vulnerable side all the time. I want to be like the tough mom sometimes. So when I did in that conversation with little Jamie, yes, I was upset because, like I said, we had those conversations all the time, and he didn't know. You know, I was his first time hearing something like that.
Yeah. Before we let you guys get out of here, because we know we don't have you guys much longer, I want to kind of get into this Christmas party and the finale of this season. I disagree with Joy in a sense that if you're not talking to me, don't come to my house. So I kind of agree with Ashley in that regard. You're not talking, you don't forgive me, don't crash my party. But I think where Ashley was more offended, for some reason, she feels like you're taking Joy's side. You guys were closer. You know, you're defending Joy in her house. So you guys had the big confrontation on the stairs. Is there a carryover from that?
It gets ugly. Okay. It gets ugly. So the next half of the season is where it's going to pick up. Me and Ashley get into it really bad. Really bad. So it's unexpected because, again, people putting us together like we're like good friends. And we're friends. But you're not going to expect what's going to happen when it picks up for the second half of the season.
Right.
That's the cliffhanger. But like you said you agree with agree with Ashley as far as her not speaking when she came in. Like I didn't know that Joy was even coming because she was supposed to ride with Jamie and I to the Christmas party. But Clifton just had back surgery. So she said, I'm deal with Clifton. I may not be able to come. I said, well, if you come, text me or call me so I'll know that you're coming. Ashley and her, you know, they were in that argument, so they wasn't in a good space. And I didn't hear from her, and I just saw her walk past with Ashley, and I was like, oh, wow, that's Joy? I was like, oh, shoot, I didn't know she was coming, but good, let them talk. But again, when you say, well, I believe, you know, Ashley is right, you got to think it's a show. The producers telling you where to be. They're telling you need to be on set.
The mid-season finale is all cast.
Yes, it's an all
right. That's true.
If Joy wanted to get paid, if she didn't want to get paid, then stay home. Okay.
Right.
That season finale is an all cast event.
Yeah, I can dig it.
He had an excuse. He had back surgery, but everybody is expected to be at an all cast event. College will make a call and be like, wait, where's my cast? Why isn't she coming? Joy came because she had to be there. The producers told her to be there. Was it right for her to walk past Ashley and not speak? No. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know if she saw Ashley, but no, that's not right. If you go into somebody's house, yes, you need to speak.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah. And that's what I think Ashley didn't appreciate. You're in my house, and you're not going to speak to me. Right. So that's what she didn't appreciate. So,
but as far as me taking sides, so when I went up the steps, when I heard all the commotion, when they were in there tussling or whatever they were doing, all I heard was commotion. I saw the cameras. The cameras was focused on us as well. We had cameras on our conversation in the group, and they were also over there with Joy and Ashley. The cameras immediately went up the steps to with Joy and Ashley. They took the focus off of us. So I was like, what is going on? So I immediately started running up the steps because I saw Joy. I didn't even see Ashley. So of course, I'm going to go towards the person that I saw. I didn't even see Ashley, nowhere to be found. Going straight to Joy. I'm like, Joy, where you going? Where you going? And she's getting into it. Ashley did this. Ashley did that. So I'm like, okay, well, let me go check on Ashley. Ashley got a whole house full of people that's surrounded around her to make sure she's okay. Okay. Joy has nobody. And I wanted Joy to come. I'm the one that really pressured her to come because I wanted them to have a conversation. So that's why I went looking for Joy. I was trying to get her to come back in. She said, I'm not coming back in there. Are you crazy? So I was like, okay, go home, do what you gotta do. Let me go check on Ashley. I come immediately in the house. Y'all, where's Ashley? Y'all seen Ashley? Find Ashley. And she like, get the fuck off me. You go follow that bitch. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
I guess he did.
Yeah. Did it, hey Jamie, did it spill over with the men, you and Quick, with your wives arguing? Did it get to you guys trying to hold, the women back, or did you guys have tension in that moment?
I mean, we had a little back and forth. but it wasn't nothing serious.
But they had to hold us back, trust and believe.
Yeah, I
don't know. Everybody had
coming up the steps. We had a little.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember, Jamie. Where were you in the scene in that part? Because I do remember Quick kind of being between both women, his wife and your wife, and I think you kind of at the top of the steps.
When you look at it again, you'll see me coming down. Okay. We were outside with Joy, so Raina was coming down in front of me. I'm behind her. Ashley's coming up, and Quick was coming up behind Ashley. But it, like she said, we didn't know what happened in there because we weren't even over there. And till we saw it on TV, we still didn't know how
we
that
didn't
played
know
out.
until we saw it on
we
TV.
Was like, damn, why she bring her?
I was like, what is happening? What's going on?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think on the second half. I mean, y'all watched the first half. Y'all saw. I think Quick and I relationship will look different. Just in the whole, not necessarily about that event, but it'll look different because that's probably the bad part about watching the show and you're still filming because I see the shade right in my face. And I didn't know what's going on. So
the confessionals. Yeah,
and I'm like, and the whole alcohol thing, like that's so hypocritical from them that it's mind-boggling that you would even say that in your confessionals. Like you've been around me outside of TV, and I'm always the life of the party. I'm the fun one, and you, and it's just like, wow, okay. So
and it's not just the confessionals; it's also scenes that we're not in. That we get to see also.
Oh yeah,
you're family scenes, or just people. If we're not in the scene, we get to see what they're talking about. They're talking about us. We're like, oh damn, that's how you feel. So I hate that we have to watch the show and film at the same time because emotions, and feelings, and when you think that you're okay and you're cool with this person, and you look on there on the show and you be like, damn, you talk about me like that, or you shaded me like that. I thought we were cool. So then next thing you know, you're going to go on set and you like, what's up?
Yeah, so you're going to feel a certain kind of way about people, right?
Yeah. I don't play with people having a addiction. Like, I'm not playing with that for TV. And if you know me in real life, you know that's BS, but you said it on TV. I got a problem with that. Because not only am I this big party guy in the city, I'm a highly decorated, retired detective. The chief of police watches this show. The mayor watches this show. I know all these people personally. Right. And you're playing with me for a storyline. And the second half, you'll see I'm not Mr. Nice Guy the second half. As far as the other cats.
Yeah. You bring a very good point because reputation is everything. Your reputation and your word is bond is everything, my father used to say. And he was a military man. So I get what you're saying, Jamie. Go ahead, Alex.
Especially that topic when, okay, like you said, it's a problem when he's drinking. But you gotta remember, I'm still entertaining y'all. So I can definitely not say nothing. Then you can be like, why he ain't say nothing? So I'm gonna say something. We gotta have a conversation. So I'm gonna say something, but because I had a couple of drinks, don't call me no alcoholic. Because when I say it, I'm gonna say, period. Like the topic we're talking about, my son being the mental health and sport and all that. I'm gonna say that regardless. My delivery was a little off because I had been drinking for 3 goddamn hours. Yeah, it did sound like, oh, Jamie's just drunk. But then don't play he an alcoholic. Because y'all was there in real time. We all was drinking. And that's the hypocrite part I'm talking about. Yeah. You could watch Ashley sings and see she twisted and singing. You could hear it in her voice. But I would never say, man, your wife an alcoholic. But I know she drank more than me. I know that.
It's a lot. I have my kids are both in their 30s. Alex has adult kids. It's a lot. People don't understand when they have young children that are still like, middle school, elementary. It's something else when you see these kids grow up. And like you said, they're in their 20s or even in their early 30s and they have not found themselves. And you know that you've given them the benefit of a good home, 2-parent home. You work hard, you sacrificed a lot. I had one that went off to college and there were tens of thousands of dollars spent. And I was like, this kid is still trying to find themselves. I'm like, well, you better find yourself real quick because you went to one of the most expensive universities in America. Like, find yourself like right now.
And I think to piggyback on that, the comments Quick makes about like he acts like he's always trying to school me on parenting. And I'm like, you got a 15-year-old in a TikTok world. When my son was 15, they were really outside getting into stuff. They weren't playing with the phones, dancing, doing all this. So you can't talk to me about a 27-year-old man right now. You don't have one. And that's where we have issues on the second hand, because it's like, bro, you better pray in 10 years that boy is still what you think he's gonna be, because he's not gonna be the same person in 10 more years. I guarantee it.
Exactly.
Let me ask you both something. We interviewed a lot of the reality TV cast members from various shows. You know, we've done a lot of these interviews, and what's become clear to us and really to me specifically is that most are not ready for this newfound celebrity. It's one thing to be a local celebrity or be popular where you're from, but once you hit TV, now the entire world, you know, has something to say about your life. So in retrospect, as you guys reflect back, do you wish you had not done the show, or are you glad you've done it?
I wouldn't say that I regret it. Like, I'm glad I did the show. You know, I know the first season was hard for me, looking at comments on Twitter, looking at comments on Instagram, you know, and people had their opinion about it. You know, people hated us. Some people loved us. You know, a lot of people had just something to say. So I had to get over that because that really like bothered me. And the second season, you know, I treated it like, you know what, I'm not even gonna look at the comments like that, like I did the first season, because I knew how it made me feel the first season. But people can be harsh, especially on Twitter. But now Jamie, he'll say, well, look, they can say what they want to say. You know who you are, you know who we are. And if they, you know, they're watching the show, you know, people who have opinions, it is what it is.
And let me, for me, just for the record, I've been in movies before. She's been in movies. She's on she's on a show on All Black TV right now. Double Cross, she's in that. So we've been on TV and in movies, and I've been around celebrities, and they've been talking about us when she was doing her thing in network marketing. It was, oh, they think they like that, or it was just hate. And then TikTok went crazy. Hate. So the hate is not new to us. They've been talking about the Tylers for decades. But the TV hate, for me, because of my background and confrontation and law enforcement, I be like, man, who is you talking to? Like, I see y'all got Jeremy be going on, and the confrontational side of me wants to get in y'all comments and say, Slim, you sound stupid. But then everybody like, why would you even respond? Like they're doing their job. They're recapping the show, and that's their opinion. So I had to learn and like take my real world attitude out of this internet stuff.
Right.
You heard the
virtual world, yes.
Y'all do clap back. Now y'all know I clap back on Twitter all day long. And it's some of it's I'm being petty because I'm bored, or some of them I just ignore. I'm like, I ain't arguing.
But you know what? We opened up more this season than we did last season.
You absolutely did.
The first season, I did before we started filming. The first season, I told Jamie, I said we have to be real. I said we can't be fake. You know, I said we can't lie about anything. I said because people are gonna find us fake and phony if we go on here and act like we got a perfect marriage. So we went on TV, but although we didn't open up as much because we were new to TV, we were new to the cameras being in our face all day long. The second season, look, you get stuff about our sex life.
Yeah.
You get, issues with the kids. Like we just bringing all out. And people have their opinions. Yeah, and I was very nervous of doing, especially the sex swallowologist. I was like, please don't show that. I was like, we're not gonna show it.
I was like, show it.
They showed it at the finale, but we actually filmed that months ahead of time. So when I didn't see it, when I knew we had filmed it, I was like, oh, good. They're not gonna show it. And next thing you know, I was like, oh no, they're gonna show it on the finale.
and Alex, let me add this. the reason why I am glad we are, because of the positive feedback I get every day about me and my son relationship, the therapist scene, our stuff. Like, I probably got over 200 messages from parents that went through what you went through. Well, I went through, like, I got inboxes, DMs, texts, calls. I'm on the street. They like, Big James. I'm like, yeah, what's up? They like, man, hugging me, like, man, I made my son sit down and watch that because he thought it was just me being hard. And I'm like, look at my man on TV. He got all this going on. I said, bro, I'm just glad y'all found it. Y'all received it. I did my job. And that's what makes it worth us being on TV.
It's so relatable, and people are watching us to see how we handle certain situations. So with him and little Jamie, they're like, well, shoot, I want my son to, I'm recorded it because I want my son to see how you all handle it as far as therapy, you know, because we've been going through the same thing. Even with us and being married for 27 years, the sex life, you know, people was like, man, that's us. Like, you know, we just like y'all. Like, you know, so many people can relate to the Tyler's family story. Like, it's unreal.
And Jason, we got a child with a disability.
Oh, I love him.
Parents who got children with disability never seen this on TV, and they see us be like, "Oh my God, I love y'all. I love Jason. I have a daughter or son with this, and this." And when everywhere we go now, it's like it's love.
But
it's
get
love.
this, because of Jason and us showing the doors process, one of our good friends just got her daughter into doors. She knew nothing about the program. So now she's to do it. So it's like things like that people are seeing from our family and things that, you know, our lifestyle. People are like, wow, I've never heard of doors. You know, I would love to get more information. These kids are now going into doors and, you know, doing great.
You know where Jason won me over? Because he like I told you, we adore Jason on the show.
Yes.
And he said in one of the shows, he said, listen, I'm ready to get up out of here. I gotta get me a girlfriend.
Stay tuned.
Right. Okay.
Jason against in the second half.
Stay tuned.
Let me clear this up, y'all.
Okay.
The whole Jason DJ, because I know y'all went on last year.
Yeah, we've been following from the beginning.
That was a storyline. I did not care about Jason being a DJ. I told the producers, his buddy from Maryland School of the Blind took quick class. And I said, quick, can y'all do that for a scene? He said, absolutely. I told the producers, hey, let's get Jason learning how to DJ. Jason was with it. When he talked to her, he didn't want to do it no more. So I walked right into that scene and get hit with what y'all saw. Like, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, you know the camera's on, right? Like I just told you, we gonna follow that, and then I had to react to it the best I could. Right. And it made me look like this crazy mean father trying to make him be a DJ, and I was like, and that stuff you can't explain because they gonna show how they gonna show it, and then opinions come out. But I'm telling y'all, because I know y'all talked about it on y'all show.
We did.
That was a storyline issue. I don't care nothing about Jason DJ. He is musically inclined, and I would love for him to get back into it, but he didn't want to do it.
Yeah, but I want Aubrey to get into you guys' businesses before we get up out of here because we got you guys way over.
I refuse. I'm looking at them. I see that they have had a full day, and that's okay. And you know what? They got those gifts, those toys from the shop. So you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna cut in on their adult time. I'm gonna say this: you guys are you willing to come back? Can we have you back for a part 2?
Absolutely.
But we can get into the businesses.
I want them to get into. Yeah, I want them to get into the Erana's wig launch and the things that they're doing. You know, the great things.
I don't want to overstay our welcome, but
okay, I'll talk about what I have going on currently. So the wig collection is called the Erana Tyler Luxe Collection. I collab with one of my stylists that I've been around. She's been creating my wigs for like many years, so it's long overdue. As you've seen in the first part of the season, we did the wig launch. You're going to see in the second half of the season more of the wigs and, you know, the girls, you know, buying the wigs. So you're going to see more of that business as well. But it's going well. I'm excited about it. We're adding new wigs to the collection currently. I have a photo shoot coming up actually on Friday. So just go on, it's on Cure Dior Hair. So the website is curediorhair.com. So when you click on that, you'll see the Erana Tyler Luxe collection, and then you'll see the wigs that we have currently for sale. You can do, they're going to be custom made. So it's not like you could just buy it and it's on the rack or on the head or anything. So they're custom made wigs. But like I said, we're going to be adding some new styles to the wig line as well.
Right. And then you also have online, you have a shop with some beautiful, stylish, outrageously gorgeous clothes, and they're actually reasonably priced.
Yeah, so I have iVision Boutique, but I need to revamp it a little bit, you know, rebrand it, add some new pieces to the collection. But it's called iVision Boutique. So we do still have some styles and pieces on there for purchase if you want to buy something. But I am going to be adding some new pieces to it soon. So just stay tuned for that, iVisionBoutique.com. And then we also have a real estate business together called J&E Builders. And we do investor properties. We do wholesale deals. We're not realtors, but we are investors. So if you have any houses that you're looking to sell in distressed home, any condition, reach out to us.
Commercial or residential? Commercial or residential?
Either one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then she has J&E Consultants, which is her credit repair.
Credit repair. So you're going to see that too in the second half of the season. So you're going to see more of our businesses. And I like this about this new season because the first season, they really didn't showcase our businesses. They did the real estate, but they didn't do all the other businesses. They didn't do the acting. You know, I was doing acting at the same time that I was filming. So they didn't do any of that. But this season, they're really trying to really push our businesses. And I really appreciate that this season.
Right. That is so awesome. That is awesome. How proud are you, Jamie, of your beautiful wife? How proud?
Well, I'm the luckiest man alive.
I'm lucky too, man.
They would never show y'all me saying
I'm
that.
lucky too.
I'm
Erana, how proud are you of him?
I'm very proud. He's been a supportive husband since day one. Like when I first started my business venture in network marketing, he was the most supportive husband. You know, he was marketing it for me, reaching out to customers, and you know, he was helping me build a team. And so we did really well in network marketing, very successful. So he's been supporting me for everything.
And let me just add this. From that reunion last year, when I said I created the boss you see, whatever, I have spoken on that twice in the first half, and they did not show it. I corrected all that. I made it right, and they ain't show it.
They did.
So I'm tired of saying
edited it out, Jamie. They edited it out. They edited out of the scenes that you were in. They edited that out.
I don't think they thought it was important.
It don't fit my character. And I get it now. Like
I get it. They're trying to make you the villain.
That's fine. And I'm embracing it now because I know there's nothing I can do about it. So everybody has a villain on the show. So
yes, every show has to have. So you are the villain. I get it now.
I literally, at her wig launch, I literally said, let me just clear up something right now. I said I created the ball, I broke it all the way down. But guess what y'all saw? Y'all saw me saying, you want to make these TikTok, and all y'all shut up, and I don't care. Y'all saw that part.
And he's nothing like that in real life. Like if he was to tell me we're going to make these TikToks and that's all, I'm like, you didn't lost your damn mind. Like he's nothing like what y'all see on TV. Like if anything, I'm in here cussing and fussing all day long.
But that's when I say you gotta use your common sense. Like some of this shit entertainment, some of it is real. And I'm an entertaining guy by nature. And that'll lead me into my stuff. So this is J&J. This is my event planning company. I've been around 14 years now. We do all celebrity events, concerts. There's two of us, my partner and I. We got an event coming up in 2 weeks, and then my 50th birthday is in 3 weeks.
When is that? I was just going to ask you about that. I thought I had missed it. When is your 50th?
Nah, I turned 50 May 2nd.
Okay,
So
but I mean the event is.
It's so I had one Sunday, just a prequel to that, and then I have the real one Tuesday night. It's a black tie. It's a club in DC. It's already like 900 people coming. It's crazy.
Sold out, I bet. Yeah.
And then we do the joint stuff that she mentioned, and then I'm filming a movie right now that'll be on BET probably in October. So I got a scene I got to shoot Friday.
Tell me the name of the movie.
So if y'all familiar with the BMF story, so Nessa Welch was the first lady of BMF. Mm-hmm. So they're telling her life story in DC right now. So we've been with her the last 2 days.
We've been hanging out.
Was she on your Instagram, Jamie?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
her. And Erana, maybe.
And Vivica Fox is the director.
And Judge Mathis.
Yeah, he's a
Get out, Detroit. Represent Judge Mathis. Yes. All right. What?
So outside of that, I'm I'm retired, so I'm trying.
Yeah, you don't sound retired to me. You just named about
really
like over half a dozen entities and businesses that you're busy working. So I don't know where to retire.
He still got his money to-do list.
But I was doing this. Everything that we're naming was being done during my career, like for over a decade. I just always had other streams of income. She always had her stuff going on, and that's why I said earlier, like we've been kind of cool for years.
Yeah.
It was like, what's next? So he was next, and now we're thinking movies and more TV and more businesses. Like that's what we're thinking. Like as we said.
I can see it. I can see it. You very entertaining, like you said, Jamie. You're very entertaining. And here's the trick, at least in my eyes, and this is just from a woman's perspective and a viewer of the show. When you allow yourself to be just a little tad bit more vulnerable, and I know that's not something you guys as men do. Like with the scene with the therapy with your son, when you allow us to see into you just a little bit more. We women love it. And I think, like you said, you pointed out your fans and people that are seeing you on the streets, families and other men, they're going to love it too, because it's going to show them how they can better connect with their children.
So let me say this, Aubrey. On the second half, you're going to see that.
Oh,
I have a lot of deep scenes on the second half that's going to blow your mind. Like you'll see. And the thing is, the producers got a hold of people who know me very well. Like, forget TV, like 20 plus years. And they spark emotions out of me in scenes. And you'll see all that.
Wow.
The second half of the season is going to be great, guys. So I can't wait for you all to see it.
I'm looking forward to. We got one question in here about do you have any idea, or can you tell us, is it okay to tell us how many more episodes will we see in the second half? I'm thinking it's going to be just as many as the second half.
It's 10, and then we got reunion. So it's going to be 10 episodes, and then I don't know how many parts the reunion is going to have.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Yeah, and we're waiting to hear from the producers about when we're going to start filming our reunion too. So we don't know.
Yeah, the second 10 are already filmed. We wrapped like 2 weeks ago. So they're editing all that, and then I'm assuming it's gonna come on. So they'll take a break.
Okay.
And guys, make sure Aubrey has links to your businesses, things that you're doing, so we can put that stuff in the description with the video. Yeah, because we love to promote businesses, and you guys want you guys to be even more successful.
Thank you.
For sure.
Yeah, and I've got I'll let you guys know in a green room. My daughter is right there in that DMV area, and she loves to shop. Trust me.
Actually, we do some filming like every Tuesday in Gaithersburg. So every Tuesday we have to drive out to Gaithersburg to do our interviews, the confessionals.
Oh wow, is that something? Oh my goodness.
Gaithersburg is like a hike from us.
and let me tell y'all this. I can't give y'all too much, but my retirement party is off the chain. That'll be the finale of the second half. It's gonna blow y'all mind.
What?
Okay. The second half is fire.
Right. Wow. Fire. Looking forward to that.
That is it. That is so awesome. Well, you guys have been great guests. You've been so welcoming. You've been so generous with your time. We went well over what you told us.
This was a great conversation.
Yeah, I really do. Like I told you guys, it's very relaxed here, and we're not disrespectful. We do like to get as much tea as possible. Well, we're not gonna pull it out like a dentist or anything like that. So, but we look forward for you guys coming back, and we're gonna hold you to it, coming back for a part 2 of this, maybe sometime right before the season starts back up. Okay. And I want to reach out to you, Erana, through email or whatever, and get the information so that I can post it in this video. People love to shop and they love what you're doing, and we want to support you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We're gonna
so glad y'all know me off TV. So hopefully just tell Jeremy, relax. I
will try to tell him. You know what? Yeah, because he hasn't been here for a while, but I will tell him. Yeah, he had a very strong one. I think, and I'm gonna just say this, and I think Jeremy won't mind. I really don't believe that he will mind me saying this, and if he does, I'll just have to take my bruises as they come. But I think that for him, and probably for other viewers too, that what happened, Jamie, unfortunately, is that your military, your straightforwardness, your directness and bluntness, it kind of triggered for some people what they felt like in their home with their fathers or stepfathers. And I know Jeremy specifically had a stepdad, and that he was very harsh on him. So it was very triggering. I think that's what so it's like the person is feeling it. And it is, the anger may seem like it's directed at you, but it's actually, they're going back in time to when they were like 5, 6, 7 years old. And, this big stepdad is basically balling them out, right?
I also think TV is not used to men like me. I think that's why Peter gets such a hard time. Marceau gets a hard time. I didn't ask to be on TV. Like, I was perfectly fine living my life off TV. But when you put me on TV and say, be real, we're not acting, so this is what you're going to get. I'm a no-nonsense guy. In real life, like, the goal is to win. Us, the kids, anybody in our circle, like to win. And I used to coach my son growing up. So I understand. I was a detective for 14 years. So I had to multitask and interview people. So my brain is like, how we going to fix it? We doing too much of all this other stuff. How we going to fix it? Come on. Like, that's how I am. So you going to hate it or love it. But people who love it are reaching out to me like, can you talk to my son? Because I don't know what to tell him, or my daughter. Like, I saw how you were with your kid, and their father's not in their life. I would love for you to speak. I get it all the time. And I'm like, so it's a double-edged sword. Like, Jeremy don't like it, but that single mother over here is begging me to, like, please talk to my son.
Right. I totally get it.
When I was working, I used to take young men riding around DC in the car. Like, this is what you want? You want to be over there with them? Like, I used to do that all the time, just to throw them, scare him a little bit. Like, come on, Sean.
So what we don't even get to see is that, scare straight. We don't get to see this heart that you have. And I was just thinking about it, by the way, too, Jamie. Thank you for your service to your city. Thank you for your service to our community and to the United States at large, because what you've done with your service as a police officer, detective, that is no small feat. I do have a few friends of mine that are officers, sheriffs here in the Detroit area, Wayne County, and a good friend of mine that actually died on the job, Detroit police officer, lieutenant. And it's a big job. It's a big undertaking. And that's something I want to talk with you about also, Erana, when we come back, what that's like to be the wife of an officer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
we dive a little more into that second half.
I was going to say that. It's going to be so good. I can't wait.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can't even say, I keep saying it's so good. It's so good. Like, just thinking about some of the scenes that we shot, especially with him and, being a police officer. It's going to be a really good half season.
I'm looking
Y'all
forward
gonna see
to
all
it.
of that. Y'all gonna see more of us and what we got going on in our relationship. Brittany, our daughter, like she got some stuff going on because you didn't really see her much the first half.
No.
So you're gonna see. I mean, it's a lot. It's good stuff though.
I'm looking forward to it. We're looking forward to seeing you and your entire family, Brittany, Jason, little Jamie, and your mother, who we all love.
Yes, Mama T.
Mama T. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead, like I said, let you guys get back to your regular scheduled lives, and we're gonna drop you down as we close out. And thank you so much.
Thank you for having
guys.
us. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Peace out.
All right, Alex.
All right now.
Bye.
OMG.
They were awesome. What do you think? They were just awesome. I mean, it does explain a lot. I mean, it's mind-boggling that it just hit me that with Jamie that these shows are always looking for a villain. Like we talk about on Ready to Love. We know that Blake was a villain, whether real or trumped up, or Tony now is the villain this season in the current season of Ready to Love Miami. There's always got to be an archetype. There's always got to be a villain, and then there's always got to be a good guy or a good gal. So,
but they got to create drama. Nobody's going to tune in every week to hear how much everybody loves each other. That's not good for ratings.
No, not at all. Not at all. So I hope we got your questions answered. High Vibe. Yeah. What is it? Let me see what you guys are saying out here in the chat. Oh, LMV is laughing about the Jeremy comment. Yeah, we knew that was coming. I mean, he remembered his name and everything. Lord have mercy.
Oh man! But they were so gracious with their time. It was just a great conversation. The conversation flowed. I truly enjoyed them and appreciate them for coming on.
Right. I agree with High Vibe. Yeah, she says we got to give people more grace. Jamie has shown his ability to grow. He really has, because I saw it this season, and we've only seen half of the season, and we see that he's grown. Just the fact that he was in therapy, I was like shocked. I was like, he's never gonna go to therapy, but he did, and he was open to it, and he was open in the session, and he was honest. A reign of strength as a wife is a testimony, yes, to his growth. Yeah, that's what I want to get more into her being an officer's wife, because that's no small feat. I couldn't even imagine it, but she's done it, and she's done it well.
Wow.
Roro said Winter was the she was one of them, but we had more than one. You're right. She was a hook last season. I would say that absolutely.
Do you think Winter will ever come here?
You know what? I don't think that's impossible, because her and I communicate. So yeah, I think she'll probably come. I think she'll come. Yeah. I think so. Absolutely. Any closing thoughts that you want to share with our viewers, Alex? And by the way, you look so handsome.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. I had to get, this is for the Tylers. I had to come on and represent.
It wasn't for me. I just get no respect around here. This whole show has got my name. I just get no respect at all. None.
We were trying to get the Tylers last season, couldn't get them. They came on this season, very gracious with their time. They gave us 30 minutes more than they said they would. So much appreciated there. And I just had to come on and just represent for Jamie and Erana. I had to come on and look halfway decent. They
are very stylish couple. So I'm glad you definitely represented it. I will say you look very handsome tonight, very suave. Very, but let me see. Is there an undershirt on under there?
I got undershirt on. You like undershirts? I got one on.
Let's do a check. Let's see.
No, we're not doing a check.
Let me see the tip of it. Can I get something? Can I get a little something here? Show me a little undershirt. I think that's sexy.
I can't even stand up because I ain't got no drawers on, so I ain't gonna.
Where's my theme music? Say goodnight. Say goodnight. Nobody got time to mess with you. Ain't nobody got time to mess with you. Say goodnight, Alex. I gotta go.
All right, guys. Love y'all. See you later.
Love you. See you soon.
All right.